In recognition of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, we wanted to do our part to educate and bring attention to this ongoing issue that leaves many victims suffering in silence for years. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. During 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million women and men. Their statistics also show that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men have been victims of physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. Our next guest was courageous enough to get out of his abusive relationship with his ex. Please welcome Louis Travels to the show. Hi, Louis.
How you doing, ladies?
Hi.
Hi, Louis. Welcome to the show. Let me start by saying I truly admire and respect you for taking the necessary actions and, getting both you and your son out of an abusive relationship. Now, can you tell me how long were you in a relationship and tell us about the first incident?
Well, I was in a relationship with my ex for 2.5 years. Um, the first incident happened, I was just getting off of work. I catch public transportation. I don't have a car. So as soon as I got off the bus, here my ex coming, charging at me, screaming at me, yelling at me, scratching me, trying to rip my shirt off my body, punching me. I'm not sure what the situation was about, but I didn't deserve it.
Louis, how did the two of you meet, and did you see any signs that she could potentially be an abusive woman?
Well, we met while I was transitioning out of homelessness, and she was staying at a shelter herself. I was currently working at a shelter as a work ethics coach. I was helping residents with resume building, resume writing, job searches, interview skills, mock interviews. I was really focused on myself. I really wanted to get my overall well-being together so I can be the best me for me. So I wasn't really focused on a relationship at all.
But it happened.
But you met her, and there were no signs that she would be abusive.
No, it wasn't. She presented herself to me as a respectable, kind, caring, outgoing individual. So being abused really, the first incident really caught me by surprise.
Wow.
She texted me, said she was sorry, said she would do better, and I forgave her. I'm a caring person. I
Right.
stand by that. People should have a second chance.
Yeah. Did you ever try to hit her back, or did you try to defend yourself?
I don't hit women. The most I did was scream at the top of my lungs, for neighbors to hear, to try to help, but I don't hit women.
Well, during your 2.5 year relationship, Louis, how often would she be physically abusive towards you?
It started 3, maybe 4 times a week. It progressed
Oh,
to
wow.
being every day.
Wow.
She's a excessive drinker. So, anytime that she would be intoxicated, want to be intimate sexually with me, and, I deny wanting to be intimate with her, she would get angry. She would pick scream. She would throw stuff at me, pots, pans, butcher knives.
Jeez.
She would attack me, punch me, scratch me. Like, I have scratches on my back that is there forever. I'm embarrassed to take my shirt off.
Oh my God. Louis, when you look back now, what are some of the reasons why you stayed that long? Even after the first time, the second time, the 5th time, the 6th time, why did you stay?
I grew to really care about her and her well-being. I truly loved her. I grew up in foster care from 6 to 18. Going through foster care, I was physically abused. I was sexually abused. I wasn't molested or raped, but I was sexually touched inappropriately. Growing up with my mom, I wanted that love, and I thought that, she really loved me the way that I loved her, and I wanted a family. I had my son with her, and I didn't want my son to come from a broken home like I did.
Right.
Having my son having his mother is important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever try to leave?
I tried to several attempts, failed attempts. I called 211 to find out that they didn't have any help or resources for men like me going through domestic abuse, you know. So I was really left with tolerating. I didn't have nowhere to go. I invested a lot of love and time with her and my son. So, you know, eventually I just stayed. I didn't know what else to do. I finally got tired of it. Um, she came home one night from drinking the night before, and she wanted to lay down with me, and I denied it once again. And she chased me in my apartment. She tried to choke me, threatened to push me out the window. You
Oh,
know, I
wow.
tried to go in the other room. She followed me in the other room, wouldn't let me leave. And once she realized that, you know, I wasn't budging, she ran into the other room and tried to flip over my son's playpen while he was in it. And that was
Oh
nothing.
my
Oh, come
That
God.
was
on.
it. That was the
Yeah.
last straw. I called 911. They arrested her for domestic violence, and I was able to get a restraining order against my son's mother, my ex, um, to protect me and my son from her.
My
Wow.
God.
Oh, I can't believe you went through all
So
that.
courageous to share this
Very
story.
courageous. Lewis, what advice would you give to someone who's currently in an abusive relationship? And what does the next chapter of your life look like?
My biggest advice for anyone, whether they're male or female, to seek help. You know, your life matters. You matter. Your overall
That's right.
well-being matters. Your
That's
mental
right.
health matters.
Yeah.
Um, Abuse isn't love, no matter what form it is in. Um, for the males that's out there, and I'm just speaking from my experience, we suffer in silence,
Yeah.
and that's doing an injustice to ourselves. Um, you
Yeah.
know, it doesn't make you less of a man. It doesn't make you weak by speaking up and seeking help away from abuse. It makes you strong. You had the courage to speak up for yourself, to seek the help that you need. Seek the help. Connect with individuals that's in your community who advocate for domestic violence, and reach out to them by all means. You
Yeah.
know, take that first step for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what, Lewis? You are absolutely right. I'm so glad that you did what you did because if you would have hit her, you would have been in jail. And that is
Most
not
definitely.
right. We all know that. So you did the right thing. We also know that being a single dad is not an easy task, especially when it comes to making sure you have everything you need. So to help you out, the Pregnant with Possibilities Resource Center in Maple Heights, Ohio is gifting you some really nice baby supplies for that boo-boo you got. Will that help you out?
So cute.
That will most definitely help us out. Most definitely. And I'm very appreciative of it.
Well, we're appreciative
It's
of
not
you.
easy.
Yeah.
Really, you sharing your story today is going to help
Yes.
a lot of men and
Yeah.
also a lot of women. We need to keep our hands off of each other. Now, if you or someone you know is currently in an abusive relationship, the National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24 hours to assist you. The number is 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. Or use their online chat at www.thehotline.org.